warning. This particular rant has quite a bit of curse words in it, just so you're aware. An open letter to the Westboro Baptist Church. Dear Westboro Baptist Church, y'all are assholes. Now, I realize that's a rash generalization. I know that not all of you are, because there are quite a lot of children that you've brainwashed, and I just feel sorry for. But ultimately, I think I can say, just in general, y'all are assholes. Now, obviously, this isn't news to anybody in the world, and I think, quite frankly, you don't care what people think of you. In fact, I know this because I watched a documentary on you that, as far as you're concerned, if you get any kind of reaction, it just means that you've reached people. But really, you know, I think everybody does know that you're assholes. I think that pointing this out is mostly just pointing out the obvious, and the real question is, why now? Why am I writing this to you now, instead of, you know, earlier, later, whatever? I mean, I did write a kind of, sort of open letter to you over Facebook after the Sandy Hook tragedy, but there's just something about you that makes me want to actually sit down in front of a camera and deliver a message directly to you, just to let all of you know that you're just a bunch of assholes. But what was it recently that triggered this particular event? As a lot of you may know, Cory Monteith, one of the stars of Glee, recently passed away. He was only 31 years old, and it was definitely a tragedy. It's always a tragedy when anybody dies that young, especially one so talented. And, you know, the Westboro Baptist Church, you responded the way that you always do. I mean, I can't really say that I'm surprised that you said that God struck him down because he had the audacity to think that anybody should be able to get married if they want to, and that you're going to pick at his funeral, because let's be honest, you do that to everybody. I feel like you just look to see who's relatively famous who recently died, and you immediately say, well, it's okay, because God wanted them to die because they support free will and all that kind of stuff. And so that's not really what annoyed me as much, because, you know, it's the same shit that you always do, so I can't really say I'm surprised. Now, what set me off more than anything else is your comments to Lea Michele. Now, Lea Michele is a co-star of Cory Monteith, and not just a co-star, but also a very close friend. And so she's trying to deal with the fact that she's lost a close friend, and of course the Westboro Baptist Church, being their usual wonderful, compassionate selves, tells Lea she should kill herself. Now, I don't have to explain to anybody else on the earth what's wrong with this statement, but apparently you guys are such big jackasses that I have to explain to you what's wrong with this statement. You do not tell people to do that. You just don't. I understand, you're assholes, you're jackasses, but that does not mean that you have to be completely inhuman. And, you know, I'm realizing that I'm getting angry about this, as anybody should, as everybody does. But it's not gonna do any good, because you're not even listening. And even if you were listening, it wouldn't matter, you wouldn't care, you just keep spewing your shit all over everybody. The only good thing about all of this, Westboro Baptist Church, is that nobody really listens to you. You can spew your hatred all you want, but honestly, nobody gives a shit about what you have to say anymore, if they ever did. There aren't that many people who can honestly say that extreme left-wing people and extreme right-wing people hate them. Because usually it's either extreme lefts hate somebody or extreme rights hate somebody. It's not usually that both sides have a common enemy, but you succeeded in doing that. My only hope, Westboro Baptist Church, is that eventually you will fade into obscurity. That sometime, hopefully in the near future, we can have our children or our children's children or our children's children's children ask somebody, what was the Westboro Baptist Church? And we can all just say, it was a very unpleasant time in human history. So, Westboro Baptist Church, I'm gonna go ahead and end this the only way I really know how. Shut the hell up. Just shut up. Stop spewing hatred, stop spewing shit, just shut up, because nobody cares. Nobody cares what you have to say, nobody wants to listen to you, nobody is listening to you. Because, quite frankly, we're all sick and tired of you. You're just an embarrassment to human nature and to everybody on Earth. So just shut the hell up. Thank you.